On behalf of the host committee and all of the sponsoring organizations, I want to welcome all of you and thank you for coming this evening.
On behalf of San Ramon Valley Cares, we want to thank you for coming tonight and bearing witness, because for those of us who have visited this region, these are not unfamiliar photographs. And so to come here tonight is important. It's not just important for us, but it's important for the people there who are counting on us to stand with them.
This is astounding. We have turned a corner. There is hope that this region of the Amazon of Ecuador can be mended, healed, fixed, and with your help and prayers, we will do that together, along with Chevron Texaco. Keep praying for them too.
We're going to tell this story. We're going to get these stories and these pictures out there so that Chevron cannot ignore this problem. And we are not going to stop until they finally recognize that there is a problem and they're going to do something about it. So it's a great place to start here in San Ramon, and it's just fantastic that you all came here tonight. And you know, my heart is in this project, and it's just great to have you all here. So I thank you.
This exhibit is very impressive. I myself didn't know about this, and I think it's enlightened a lot of people who are coming, and I think they should be enlightened, and I think they should know about what's going on, because Chevron Texaco is our representative overseas, and that's how they view Americans. So I hope they do clean it up, and I hope these people get their lives back.
I'm absolutely sure that over 90% of the people working at Chevron Texaco would be as offended as I am about the damage which has occurred there. These are people of good faith, good conscience. They care about their work and they want it to be high quality. That's why I think Chevron has been one of the industry leaders in the oil industry. So if they could find out, if they would be willing to journey down there, I think they would begin to desire to carry some of the responsibility and help the indigenous people and the Clonis folks and other environmental activists get involved in cleaning this up. We can do better. We can heal our world. It needs to happen.
People like me, I mean, you know, we look at this and if word gets out eventually and they do nothing about it, I know from my side I'm not going to get gas from them, you know, if they don't support other people. I mean, I'm family myself. I would hate to see, you know, they were born into this and Chevron can do something to change it now. Being greedy and messing with people, it comes back to you someday. It comes back to everybody.
And take care of what they've gotten such a free ride from for so long. You know, they need to rehabilitate the areas that have been so badly damaged and to compensate the people for all that they've lost in the course of their going in without regard and just taking resources and turning their backs.
Just do things, you know, in a cleaner manner. They could still do business and make money and clean things up. You know, they get tax credits. 60% of corporations don't pay any tax at all. You know, how do you feel about your taxes? How much do you pay? Pay more than Chevron, probably.
I tell them you should go over there and fix that because that's wrong. I know you wouldn't want your family to be living in that right now, and I think you should go over there and redo what you did and fix it all.
Just clean it up, you know. If they don't want it in their backyard, don't put it in somebody else's backyard.
Accept responsibility and do what you need to do in order to clean up the environment. I mean, I think we're all the keepers of the earth and we have to do our part.
If they wouldn't do it in the US, and perhaps they would do it in the US if they could get away with it, but if they won't do it in the US, they shouldn't be doing it anywhere else.
I mean, the word that comes to me is immoral. Like, it's just, you know, they're they're not really owning up to their responsibility and their accountability for what's occurred in these communities.
Think of yourselves in their situation. Think of yourselves having your children in this situation.
Their operations have made them millions and millions and millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, and have cost people, some of the poorest people in Ecuador, their lives, their livelihoods, their environment, and that's just atrocious and unconscionable. And I would just say step up and take responsibility.
Shame on them for causing all of this misery and not taking responsibility for it.
You know, each and every person in that company needs to look into their own conscience and realize that you're personally responsible.
Absolutely. Clean it up is the message. We're responsible, clean it up. All spiritual people understand that what goes around comes around. If they continue to pollute the world, guess what? Their business is not going to prosper. So if they want their continued prosperity, take care of the people. Clean it up.
The people who run Chevron Texaco are human also, you know, even though they are behind this big company, they're people themselves, and that they should see the humanity in this situation, and that there are people really suffering out there who really need help, and that it is within their power to go help them. And so I hope that they can do the right thing in this situation, which I think is very obvious, to go and help this community out.
You know, you look at a still photograph and it feels like you're looking at something that has already happened. The reality is this is happening now. And it's terrible to see pictures of people who are, you know, who have life-threatening and diseases and are dying. But this is continuing, and unless this is remediated, this will affect future generations. So, you know, we can all wring our hands and shed very heartfelt tears about what has occurred. But we have the power, by calling Chevron Texaco to accountability, to responsibility, to change what is happening now, so that it doesn't have that these pictures don't have to be replaced by a new set of photographs 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now. We don't want these photographs to be we don't want this exhibit to grow and grow. And Chevron Texaco can end that.